Welcome back to Hashes and Numbers. I'm Thomas. I'm here, with my co-host,
Justin Kim.
and today we're going to be going through the Week 10 games, recapping them, and then we're going to go back to Quiz Mondays. I got a little fun one prepared, but first, let's go through the recap. Thursday Night Football, a doozy, not a very interesting game. Broncos squeaked by the Raiders 10-7. What are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, Broncos defense D-line is very elite, showing like they're one of the best D-line in the league. But offensively, I think Bo Nix has to step up. He hasn't looked good. I think his first year was like definitely better than this year, and the Raiders struggling. But I'll give them credit. They're moving down the field, which we couldn't see in like the few beginning weeks.
hmm I mean, no moral victories, but I think for both teams, this isn't the outcome they wanted, right? Obviously, you had the Raiders not winning this game, but I think the Broncos wanted to come in here and kind of prove a message, and they didn't really do that. But they're the head of the division. They got a big game coming up this week. We'll see where they go from there. Moving on to the early Sunday slate, we had the Colts and the Falcons in Germany. Um, the Colts win in overtime, 31-25. What are your thoughts on this game?
Yeah. Well, I think I was gonna say this. Jonathan Taylor, he rushed for like 250 yards and three touchdowns. He's not a human. He's like Saquon from last year, I would say. And the Falcons, I mean, they're playing close, like with every single team in my opinion, but they just gotta close out games. But yeah.
Mhm. It's crazy how, I mean, I'll get to the other half later, but it's crazy how we're on pace to see two records broken. Last year, I mean, Saquon last year had the chance at the record. They rested him. Um, we'll see where the Colts go from there, but right now, Jonathan Taylor might go for 2,000, might break the long time rushing record by Eric Dickerson. Yeah, Taylor's insane. He's had three touchdowns in I think this is his fourth game or fifth game with three touchdowns. So this is absurd. He's doing something crazy. He might break the touchdowns record as well. Shout out Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
Next, we got the Bears taking on the Giants. In pretty much a bad weather game. The Bears end up squeaking by, coming back. Giants blow another 10-point lead. What were your thoughts on this game as a whole?
Yeah, I support the Bears fan. I mean, I'm a Bears fan technically. Shout out to the Giants. Jackson Dart, he played pretty good. He was kind of scaring me, and his speed is a threat, which is like a good threat. And the Bears, they just figure out to win close game now. Where if this was last year, I keep saying this, but I think they would have lost it. Like with a new coach, Ben Johnson, it helps a lot. And DeAndre Swift, he's back and he looks good. And this offense in general just looks good when it's clicking.
Yeah. The Bears, I mean, they got off to a pretty slow start. I'll credit that to the weather. But I will say, Giants, Jackson Dart played well. Jackson Dart did get hurt. So that's one thing Jackson Dart's got to learn to take less hits. Jackson Dart's got to kind of figure out how to play safe, how to play in the offense and not take as many hits, maybe slide. Russ came in and the offense completely changed. And it came out today that Brian Dable's been fired. So things going on in New York right now. Tough, tough, tough scenes.
Yeah, for Jackson Dart, he doesn't want to slide in my opinion. He's like Cam Scatterboo, but a QB
hmm
version. Yeah,
Yeah, that's pretty much who he is. I mean, both of them, and now both of them are hurt, which is
Y-
unfortunate.
yeah,
Speaking of things going on in New York, the Bills travel down to Miami and get rocked, 30-13. Thoughts on this one?
yeah. I didn't really watch this game. I mean, I was score checking the whole game, but Josh Allen, he looks like he did have a bad game, but like they couldn't score points, and defensively, they just keep struggling to guard the run. Where Devon Achane went for like almost 200.
Yeah. The Bills, it seems like they had a letdown game after that Chiefs win. They're all super excited after the Chiefs win, just didn't come out against the Dolphins. Dolphins really, fighting for Mike McDaniel. Maybe he keeps his job, but we'll see after, they traded away a couple of their players to win like this. It's a big, big morale boost.
Yeah, and no one expect the Bills to be this bad, but
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. a team that we expected to be good as well, the Baltimore Ravens. They went to Minnesota and came out with the victory. Your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, this offense just looks a lot better with Lamar Jackson, you know. They scored 27. They were moving down the field, but I was watching this game. They couldn't score touchdowns where most of the points came from field goals. And like for the Vikings, DJ McCarthy is not it, in my opinion. He overthrows a lot of stuff and s- he's just like he's still like rookie kind of since he didn't play last year, but yeah, he has to step up in order for this offense to be better.
Hmm.
And yeah, because I saw Justin Jefferson's stats. He was targeted like 10 times, but he only had four catch for 37 yard, which is just brutal.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, from watching this game, from seeing it looks like JJ's trying to make too many big plays, right? It seems like he makes a scramble, right? And instead of just checking it down, taking the few yards, he throws it downfield trying to make a big play, make a big highlight. Whether that's just because he's a rookie, kind of, or whether he just like he thinks his playmakers, he trusts his playmakers a little too much. It just seems like JJ right now is trying to make a play, trying to be the hero. But if he learns not to, they have the talent to be good. It's just right now JJ's development and comparing him to Sam Darnold right now is just it's tough, right? Because you got to live up to 14-3 last year with Sam Darnold. So yeah, and then for the Ravens, they keep fighting, they keep giving themselves a chance in the division. So we'll see how that race turns out.
Yeah.
A couple of tanking teams right now, the Browns and the Jets. The Jets, who traded away two of their best players on defense, now come and get a victory after some big special teams. What are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I mean, Justin Fields did not play like good at all, you know. His stats is just crazy, but like they won because Brees Hall and their special team. And for the Browns, yeah, they look like they're a struggling team as well. And I expect Shedeur Sanders to get playing time.
Yeah, I don't know about if Shador's gonna get playing time just because I'm not sure if the Browns really want to win right now. Um, but the Jets, it's really interesting. Their special teams came out, balled out. Brees Hall had a good game. Justin Fields did not. I mean, taking away that one long screen pass touchdown, he had 12 passing yards this year. So very tough game for Justin Fields. This game's more gonna matter at the end of the year when we're vying for who's gonna get the first overall pick than for real playoff stuff. But congrats to the Jets, winning two straight games. They're on a winning streak. Not many teams can say that. I
Yeah.
think that's on a big winning streak. The Patriots, they win their seventh in a row, beating the Buccaneers. What are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, Drake May, he just looks very good right now. He's he's on his second year, but you know, he's a top five MVP candidate. And Travion Henderson, you know, he had a real big game where yeah, this was like his one of his first like true like tests. Not a test, but what's the word? Like
Yeah, I mean it was a test. It was like their first like solid opponent.
yeah. And Travion finally got his playing time in my opinion, and he showed out.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of see it less Travion, just more as the Patriots, right? Obviously Ramondre was hurt, so Travion came in and stepped up and made some big plays. But I think as a team, as a Patriots team as a whole, this is one of the games where you're looking. It's like, okay, this is a challenge, right? See if you can beat a winning team, right? They haven't been playing many winning teams, and they did that. So it just feels me thinking, the Patriots are legit.
Yeah, for sure.
A surprise team in the Panthers, they lose a game at home against the Saints. So now we have no one-win teams. Any quick thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I did not expect the Panthers to lose this game at all, but Bryce Young, you know, he just didn't look good at all. And the Saints came in like prepared to guard Rico Dowdle. Or is this like his first like 50 under game with like a lot of touches?
I believe so. I mean, I
Yeah,
think
he,
since Chuba was hurt, this is his first game under.
yeah, you know, Rico Dowdle just got shut it down, and Ty Tyler Sell, you know, he bought it. He this was his like first good game, I'll say, and Alvin Kamara is just like his first good game of the season too. Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I mean, shout out to Tyler Shuck. The new QB bump finally hit. So yeah, shout out to him. Um, Panthers again confuse me. I don't know if they're a good team, if they're not a good team. They'll beat a good team and then they'll lose to the Saints. So that might be the kind of season it is for them, just up and
Yeah.
down kind of building. A big game, or not a big game, a big comeback in this slate was the Texans coming back with I want to say 26 points in the fourth quarter against the Jaguars. Um, what are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, from what I'm looking at, the Texans scored 26 points in the fourth quarter. You know, I'm not a Jaguars fan, but rooting for them this season. Trevor Lawrence, he did not look great, and the offense just looked iffy despite scoring 29 points. But for Davis Mill, he like this is like his first game he started, and he balled out. So shout out to him, you know.
Shout out Davis Mills. Now they're flipping the playoff picture in the AFC. A lot of teams who weren't in the playoff picture now looking at like they have a chance. So we'll see how that race ends up. And then now we get to the late slate.
Hmm.
All three of these games were blowouts, so I guess we can just kind of go through all of them at once. The Seahawks beat the Cardinals 44-22. The Lions go into Washington and win by the same score, and the Rams beat the Niners 42-26. So a couple of NFC matchups where I guess the team we expected to win won by a considerable amount, and then the Lions going into Washington. We kind of knew this game was going to be pretty going out pretty quick, out of hand pretty quick, especially with the injuries Washington has. What are your thoughts on any of these games? All of these games? What do you have?
Yeah, I'll take a turn. I'll start by the Seattle Seahawks, you know. Seattle defense just looks very excellent. Their D line looks scary. Probably a top three through five D line in my opinion. And Sam Darnold, you know, he was 10 out of 12, but some of these, I mean, he keeps like what you said, like what you have texted me. He be throwing like interception off player's helmet, and K9 looks pretty good, yeah, but K9 gets his touchdown robs, which is kind of funny in my opinion.
Yeah. Do you have any thoughts on the other games before I go?
You could go for the Seahawks game. Wow.
Oh, okay, yeah. For the Seahawks, they came out hot. I started off 35 to nothing in the first two quarters. The third quarter is kind of weird, but they continue to run the ball. I saw a stat Sam Darnold only threw the ball like a handful of times after the first quarter. So it's kind of nice to be able to kind of just lean on the running game, not to put Sam Darnold under pressure and being able to just sit back there, not have to deal with injuries, right? Jason had a concussion protocol, but he came back out and he was fine. But you got rest your starters, rest your guys. And you give the backup some time. They might be coming in, right? Injuries happen in the NFL. You never know when you need a third or fourth string corner, right? A couple of D linemen. You never know. So I was glad to see that. The Rams, they took care of the Niners. I mean, it was a one-score game a little bit in the third quarter, but you could see who the better team was. Love the fight from the Niners, but this Rams team's legit. I mean, I might even consider them better than the Seahawks. This offense just keeps rolling. Their defense is just as elite. Um, yeah, it's gonna be really interesting to see these two teams play in LA next week. And then the Lions, right? They continue to take care of business. The Commanders, I'm just happy that they put up 22. Um, After what happened last Sunday night, I didn't expect them to put up 22 points.
Yeah, I'll go for the Rams first. Like what you said, the Rams offense looks very good. Stafford, probably the MVP if I vote right now. Just another game with four touchdown thrown with zero interceptions and good defense. For the Detroit side, they're after like week one, you know, people were panicking, but Jared Goff looks very good and Jahmyr Gibbs also looks sharp. Yeah.
Mhm.
Hmm.
And then the last game of the night, the Steelers lay an egg against the Chargers. Chargers come out win 25-10. And a pretty boring game in my opinion. There was a little more scoring, but this game wasn't very competitive, and there was a lot of punts and field goals. I mean, if you're into punts and field goals, I say it's a great game for you. But in terms of high octane scoring, it was pretty low on that.
Yeah.
Um, you want to get into the Monday Night Football game?
Let's get it.
I see you in that jersey. What are your thoughts? Any flips, anything, still riding with your Eagles?
Yeah, I probably ride with the Eagles. You know, Jair Alexander back home. I mean, like,
Back home?
yeah, this at Green Bay. You know,
Oh,
Jair.
oh, 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 okay. I see what you're talking about. I see what you're talking about. I thought you
Yeah,
were talking about for Philly. I was like, I don't think he's from Philly, but yeah, yeah. He's going back to Lambeau.
yeah, he going back into where he started playing, where he got drafted. I'm pretty sure.
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure Jair will also get good amount of playing time. So excited to see that. And yeah, I think the Eagles will win, but I expect this game to be close because the Packers offense is just sharp. Yeah.
Hmm. Early lines right now are saying 2.5 for the Packers.
What do you think? Let
I
me pull it
mean,
out real
I'm
quick.
running with okay. So right now I'm seeing some books have it at 1.5 for the Eagles. Looking right now at the blue, I think they have it at 1.5 for the Eagles. Just confirming real quick. Yeah, they're giving 1.5 to the Eagles, but I really think this is a pick 'em. Um, I mean the money lines are the same. I'm leaning with the
Yeah.
Packers just because I trust them at home, and I do think the Eagles are a great team. But I do think Saquon will struggle in this game. The Packers are one of the best run stopping D lines out there. And in terms of like analytics, right? I mean, I'm not gonna say Philly can't win this game, right? But in terms of analytics, I think this is one of those games where Philly drops the game. Um, High quality team, right? Um, you're traveling into a tough environment and you're on a you're going into Green Bay who's pretty rested. Um,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken, Green Bay's coming off the bye. No, they played last week against the
They lost,
Pan.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they
Yep.
lost to the Panthers, so they're gonna be motivated to come out. Um,
Yeah. But Eagles were in a bye, right? I'm pretty sure.
yeah, the Eagles were on the bye, so you can kind of like see them getting. I see them maybe getting starting off slow, maybe having a drive or two where it takes them to get back into it, especially if Saquon gets stuff for a couple of drives. I think if the Packers start off hot, I really like the Packers. But I'm really I think it's gonna be a good game. Let's hope it's a good game. One of the things I'm looking at is I think Jordan Love's gonna pass his over in passing yards. Just because this Eagles secondary, if you pick out one spot on the Eagles team that you say is iffy, could be the downfall, I would say it's their secondary. Um, I've heard Keely Ringo, that name Keely Ringo. I mean, Philly fans just hate that name. And
Yeah.
as much as Jair is, a big name, he's getting on the back half of his career. He's not the Jair that we knew when he was with the Packers, right? And
Hmm.
you never know with this. He could be too motivated right now to make a difference. As a cornerback, you gotta have patience. You jump a route that you shouldn't be jumping, the guy gets behind you, that's a tutty. So I would say I like Jordan Love to get his passing yard total, especially with the Eagles D line being so stout, right? They have those two D linemen. I think it's gonna be hard to get Jacobs going. Give me Jordan Love's overs.
Yeah, from what I'm looking at, just stat wise, Saquon Barkley played the Packers twice, I mean, last year,
Hmm.
and both of those games went above 100 yards.
But this is
For
like without Micah. You gotta remember this is the Packers without Micah.
yeah,
Micah's a big, big game changer. What did he do against the Cowboys last year?
hmm?
What did Saquon do against the Cowboys last year?
I don't even
I'll
know.
I'll, I'll look.
Okay, but for like the betting wise,
Hmm.
I have Josh Jacobs scoring a touchdown. I think that's
Okay.
like the most clear pick in my opinion.
Okay.
And I'll be like a three-legger real quick. And I probably ride with Jalen Hurts like 199.5 over.
Hmm.
I think Jalen Hurts will rely on his arm in this game. It'll be
Hmm.
close. And yeah. And the
Uh,
next one yeah,
Go
you
ahead.
could.
Go ahead.
And the next one I'll probably roll with Devontae Smith. I think he'll have like few big catches in my opinion as well.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Going back to that Saquon point. So he played twice against Dallas, obviously. He had one game where he had 167 yards on 31 carries. Okay. And then
Hmm.
one game where he had 66 yards on 14 carries. So not too shabby, right? Averaging around 5 yards per carry.
Hmm.
But if you look at his season total last year, season average, he was averaging about 6 yards per carry. So a slight dip, not a big dip, but a slight dip. Um, so yeah, that's what I would say about that. No touchdowns in either game.
Interesting.
Just something to note. Um,
Well, he
but
did
yeah,
have a touchdown.
against the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm not.
Oh, that was this season. Oh, my bad.
Oh, yeah, I'm talking about last season. I'm counting this because they had Micah last year.
Yeah,
I just want to see
sure.
like obviously they're two different teams, but um and then before we close it out, I have a little game for you, right?
Hmm.
There are seven quarterback wide receiver duos that played in college together and then played in the NFL. Okay. I understand you're not a college fan, okay?
Hmm.
But a lot of these I feel like you can get even if not being a high college fan. So one of them is very hard, okay? I'll say that. Two of the three of these, I'll say
Is
almost five,
it?
okay, I'll say five of these I expect you to get. One of these is a hard one, and then another one's very new. So I don't know if you know about this one, but we'll get started on that. See how many you can name off rip.
I'll just just like right now,
Yeah, current.
bro. Uh, Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow, right?
That's the easy one. That's one of the easy ones.
Not gonna lie, I don't know college like that.
Okay, but like think about big colleges, right? Because you're not going to get a small college getting these, right? So
Yeah,
what are some of the big name like colleges that you'd say?
Alabama,
Okay,
Jalen Hurts and Smitty.
okay, so that's two.
Um,
I'll give you a hint. There's another one in that same college.
who came up? Bryce Young. No, Bryce Young. I'm pretty sure he came out of Alabama, but
He
I
did,
don't.
but it's not him.
Um, who else came? I don't know who came from Alabama. Um,
Think about, I would say it's easier to think about the receivers. I mean, quarterback too, I guess. Like,
Tua.
okay, who does he play with?
Jalen Waddle did not play for. What did he?
Tua and Jalen Waddle both played at Alabama.
Jalen Waddle played in Alabama.
Hmm. So
Oh,
you got three.
okay.
Um, the other two easy ones I expect you to get both involve a team that you like.
No, it can't be Washington.
I'm not gonna
Oh,
say,
Ohio. Justin Fields and Garrett Wilson.
okay, there's another one. There's
CG Stroud and so.
no, this one is a one that you should know because of the NFL side.
Huh? NFL side?
Involves a team you like in the NFL, team you support in the NFL. So run through your teams now.
Bears? No. Broncos. Oh, Oregon, Troy Franklin and Bo Nix.
Okay. And now there's two more that I can think that I thought of at least I found, okay? One of them is a rookie quarterback this year,
Mm, that
and
doesn't really help much.
I don't
Jackson.
expect you to get like who the other guy is, but I want you to try to get like which quarterback right now that's a rookie had a teammate.
As a wide receiver.
Hmm.
It can't be Jackson Dart. There's no way. Uh, Cam Ward,
Okay. What college did he go to?
Miami.
Hmm. And they did sign
Oh,
Xavier.
they said Ripper. I know who you're talking about because
They signed
Bro,
Xavier Restrepo.
Restrepo? Yeah,
Yep,
Restrepo,
Xavier
yeah.
Restrepo. And then this last one is a very old one. I don't expect you to get it.
Old?
Okay.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
But it's just something it's I'll let you know. Sterling Shepard.
Sterling Shepard? Are
What team
we
does he play for?
the Bucks, Baker Mayfield?
And what college do you know what college Baker Mayfield went to that Sterling Shepard also went to?
Oh, Oklahoma.
Okay, so those are the ones. So
Oh,
Cam Ward, Xavier Restrepo, that's the side one.
yeah.
Jalen Hurts and Devontae Smith.
Yeah, that I got that.
Justin Fields, Garrett Wilson, got that one. Bo Nix and
Hmm.
Troy Franklin. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase. Tua and Jalen Waddle, and then Baker Mayfield and Sterling Shepard.
Yeah, some of these aren't as bad, the Jalen Hurts and Smitty and
Hmm.
the Bo Nix and Troy Franklin.
I haven't thought about like wide receiver running backs, but I have one off the top of my head. I want to see if you know. Both these guys went to Clemson. So do you know a quarterback running back duo that went to Clemson?
Quarterback you said?
Uh-huh.
The only classic QB I could think of is Trevor Lawrence.
Okay, so who's his running back that went to Clemson?
Travis Etienne.
Okay. I'm looking right now. Um, that's the one I can think of right now. Yeah, those I think that's the only one. I might be mistaken, I might be missing somebody, but none of the big names. But I think you did pretty good for not knowing college that much. Um,
Hmm.
and since we're talking about college, I just want to get your thoughts on potential quarter. I know you don't- like you're not really looking into the draft stuff, but is there any particular college wide receiver quarterback duo that you'd like to see in the NFL?
Mm. Like NFL QB right now, or like are you just talking about like
Like
all in?
So, just like in general, like, is there a quarterback receiver duo in college right now that you've been watching that, or that you've heard about that you think would be kind of interesting to see in the NFL? I mean, I'll go off the top. I mean, the most obvious one is Julian Saint and Jeremiah Smith, right?
Yeah, yeah.
They both can't come out this year. They both are 2027 NFL draft prospects, so we
Hmm.
won't be able to see them. We'll see them another year in Ohio State. And I know a lot of people are interested in seeing both of them go to the NFL. And it'd be kind of cool to see him play for the same team, right? Um,
Yeah, I got one.
Go ahead.
As a Washington Huskies fan, I think it'd be pretty cool to see Demar Williams and Denzel Boston. Denzel
Hmm.
Boston reminds me of Ramadunze, I say.
Hmm.
He's very physical. He has like the same build, and Demar Williams, he's sort of like a Justin Fields. He's a scrambler,
Hmm.
and he has a pretty great arm in my opinion. And
Hmm.
it'd be interesting to see both of them in the same field in the NFL.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I got one for you that is kind of it counts, but it doesn't really count. But it involves Washington and Denzel Boston. Imagine Denzel Boston on the Falcons,
Oh,
because Penix played. Obviously, Denzel Boston was just a sophomore, or he's a freshman at the time,
yeah.
right? But I mean, they played technically played together. A couple guys on this list also played, different. But
Mhm.
I think that'd be kind of cool. Penix slinging it with two, big play
Dra
threats.
yeah, Drake London and Denzel
Hmm.
Boston,
Hmm.
and
I
Bitch
th
on the running back spot.
Yeah, and then Pitts becomes what we think Pitts can be. That'd be pretty cool to see.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, I'm trying to think. Any
Boston's
quarterbacks?
Boston's eligible this season, right?
Yeah, Boston's eligible this season.
You think he's gonna go, or you think he's gonna stay for one more year?
I mean, I think given his draft stock right now, I think he should go. I wouldn't be surprised if he does go. But with NIL and everything, I'm not gonna be surprised if he stays either. Julian
I mean,
Coleman
cause
stayed.
Coleman last year. I was about to say, you might be special next year. So
Hmm. It's just gonna be depending on how he sees his potential, his draft stock, right?
yeah,
If he thinks this year he's gonna be a first round pick, there should be no reason why he doesn't go. I mean, it's everyone's dream to be a first round pick or receiver, and the longer you stay, the more your draft stock takes a hit.
yeah,
Um, I got a little fun one. It's never gonna happen, but I've heard rumors that, Trevor Lawrence isn't that guy. And
isn't
I mean, they're saying that they paid him, but obviously when you pay your quarterback and he blows this big lead, um,
Tua?
yeah, two exactly, two. But I've heard some rumors that the Jaguars are looking not to move, but like they're considering, right, whether or not Trevor Lawrence is the franchise guy.
Hmm.
Well, they got a receiver down there who won the Heisman, and his quarterback right now is not playing on a team that's 2-7 that just lost to the worst team in the NFL.
Hmm.
How fun do you think it would be to watch Shadur play with Travis?
Yeah, I think it'd be very fun. Travis. I feel like he's kind of like a Ramad, actually, not technically, but I feel like he's a big play threat,
Hmm.
and he's just he's just a like a good, very good athletic, player,
Hmm.
and it'd be pretty fun to see Shador sling it to Travis Hunter.
Yeah, I mean, I'll rattle off a couple more that I think were fun to watch that I kind of wish at some point they maybe do play together, right? Because Derek
Hmm.
Carr and Devontae, like the Devontae went to that Raiders team just to play with Derek Carr, and these are some guys who I'm not saying that like they will do this or won't do this, but I'm interested to see, and I just want to get your thoughts. Um, CJ Stroud right now, I mean, he has Nico Collins, but right now he's thrown to some young receivers, right?
Yeah.
And in Arizona right now, there's a young receiver who is kind of disgruntled. Do you think at some point maybe we see Houston make another trade with Arizona and potentially unite Marvin Harrison Jr. and CJ Stroud? Thoughts on that one? Would you like to see that happen? Maybe not.
Yeah, I'll probably lean towards the trade side. I
Hmm.
think it'll be electric in my opinion. Yeah.
Hmm. Another one right now. This one's different, I guess, but it JJ McCarthy, right? I
Hmm.
mean, I guess this isn't a receiver combo, but JJ McCarthy, right? He's in Minnesota,
Yeah.
and this is one that's less likely to happen just because I'm sure that both teams are happy with their situations. But the tight end down in Chicago play with JJ.
Colson Loveland.
Yeah, thoughts on that one?
The Bears trading away Colson Loveland.
Mm-hmm.
Eh, I would not like, just as a Bears fan, I wouldn't want to trade away Colson Loveland. He's a
Mm-hmm.
very great tight end that will be useful in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then, okay, I got another one for you.
Hmm.
I'm trying to figure out like how mathematically this would make sense, just because it so basically, it would require the Cowboys to get rid of Dak,
The
right?
Cowboys. Yeah.
Because I'm assuming the team down in Arizona, right, who just benched that quarterback.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I mean, I guess it'd be the Cowboys getting rid of Dak and the Cardinals willing to trade Kyler to Texas. Would you like to see a 1 to 88 combo there?
One, so Kyler Murray to CD.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think it'll be pretty cool to see.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And then the last one I have, this is just a fun one, just because I saw recently saw a highlight of Caleb Williams at Oklahoma. Do
Yeah.
you want so this game is the River rivalry. It's a tongue twister. But
Mm.
Caleb made one of the best throws I've seen a college guy make.
Hmm.
Do you know who his receiver was in that game?
Um,
I don't know if you've seen this clip.
Not really.
He's on the Broncos right now.
Sudden.
No. Deep play threat.
Marvin Mims.
How would you like to see Marvin Mims go to go to the Bears and give Caleb a deep play threat?
Um, I mean, I would like it, but the Bears already have Luther Burden, who's a deep play threat.
Luther Burden's
So,
a underneath threat, isn't he? I thought he was a catch and run threat.
but isn't he capable of big play threat too?
I mean, coming out of Missouri, his big thing was like he doesn't run the deep ball very well.
I mean, I feel like it'll be interesting, but yeah, the Bears already have. I don't really know. So, what would the Bears wide receiver set look like then?
It'd be
With
Rome probably, DJ, and then Marvin Mims would be like that once in a while come and make a big play threat type of guy, the Rashid Shaheed type of guy, and then Luther's your slot receiver, I'm assuming.
Rush, I think that wouldn't be that bad in my opinion.
Hmm.
And
That'd be
s-
a fun one.
yeah, the Bears don't have momentum. You just throw it up to Marvin Mims, and
Hmm.
that's how you get momentum. Yeah.
I'm realizing right now that it'd be kind of funny if as the Vikings have Jordan Addison, and then
Hmm.
the Bears have Colson Loveland.
Oh yeah.
It'd be kind of, it's interesting that like the quarterbacks on each other's teams were the quarterbacks college of those receivers.
Like,
just something I just thought about.
Jo
Um,
yeah,
Jordan Addison obviously played at USC for a
USC.
year with Caleb,
Hmm.
and then obviously we just talked about Colson Loveland playing at Michigan. But
Yeah,
those are some fun ones. I saw this trivia online. I thought, Justin would be this would be pretty good one for Justin, right?
yeah,
Pretty interesting one.
yeah. It's pretty
Uh,
interesting.
yeah, we'll be back on Wednesday to preview this big week 11 slate of games.
Hmm.
We'll see you guys then. See ya.
Yep. See ya.